The laceration that you see on his face is really only superficial.
Yeah.
What we're really concerned about here is just the high potential for internal injuries. Kids are really quite vulnerable. They often can sustain injuries to their spleen or their kidneys.
Ooh.
So what we're doing at the moment is stabilising the young fellow before moving him from the vehicle. We've already notified the hospital, so they're ready for us.
Yeah. Look, I'm really sorry, but I was in a hurry to get home to watch the footy.
There's absolutely no excuse for speeding. Wipe off 5.
Turn right here. Speed limit's 60. Bicycle on the inside. Yellow car turning left.
Stopped a sandwich.
Truck coming up behind.
Gonna cry.
School kid stepping out.
Try to pick it up.
Then stopping at the shops.
Turn around, look for it.
Car doing a UE.
I can stretch
Give way here.
Should be able to reach it under.
Stay in this lane.
There we go.
Nobody can concentrate on 2 things at once. Distracted drivers are dangerous.
About to reach for your mobile, weren't you? Well, don't. If you're on the phone, get off the road. Mobile phones can be deadly when you're driving. If you're on the phone, get off the road.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Hey, look at this! That's absolutely amazing. Hey, I haven't seen you in ages. What have you been doing? What have you been?
Did you get married?
No, that was divorced, didn't it? That was Julie. That was Julie. Because my bad. Sorry. You look fantastic. You haven't changed a bit. You know what's that you're wearing? That brooch. Is it a butterfly? No, it's a scorpion. I love it. It's really nice. It's just, we saw one of those in Thailand last year. Well, it wasn't really like that. It was more like of a beetle thing. This bloody enormous thing, and it was in the hotel. And Amy, you remember Amy? Amy, yeah, she freaked. When it turned over and it was all like.
And you're seriously thinking of driving home?
Yeah. So like.
If you drive on drugs, you're out of your mind.
In 100 metres, turn right on High Street. Turn right. Continue 1.1 kilometres. Recalculating. Enter freeway via the Rainbow. Drive 200 light years past Albino Fawn. Take Bermuda Triangle exit, then merge with Smiling Cloud. At the next beanstalk, turn right. Keep left at Party Hats. Arriving at Pretty Blue Lights on left.
This is a random drug test. I now require you to furnish your samples.
If you drive on drugs, you're out of your mind.
Okay, now here's your homework, and it's all on speed limits at school times. Remember, there are 3 types of sign. Advance warning signs say you're approaching a school zone. Then signs show you where the reduced speed limit begins and when it applies. And repeater signs remind you to keep to the limit. Okay, any questions? Go to arrivealive.vic.gov.au and you'll all be tested tomorrow at school times.
Speed limits save lives.
Well, actually, I'm 60. Oh, I'm 62. I mean, as well, I'm not 62.
Well, I'm 80, and I don't care who knows it.
You're never. I always thought you were 70.
Oh, I know. It's my line.
So, what about you, dear?
Can't you tell by looking?
No.
It's very easy to tell the speed limit in streets without a sign, because if there's no sign, it's 50.
Look at those curves.
I know.
Speed limits save lives.
I thought you said curtains.
My name is Martin Wrangle, and my 19-year-old son Trevor Wrangle was killed in a single vehicle accident. Speed was definitely a factor. Trevor drove past the street, missed a right-hand sweeping bend and took a tree out. and that was the last time he breathed on this earth. I was just starting to realise how good his expertise was in landscaping. And he'd say, "No, Dad, don't do it that way. This is the way you do it." And it was nice to have his son correcting you, saying, "No, Dad, you got to keep up with it now, mate. Come on." But there was a moment there I was thinking, maybe there's a chance that it's not him. And I think it was just clinging on to the last hope. And then that afternoon, off to South Melbourne to identify him. And that's not a pretty occasion and a pretty thing to do, because they don't clean them up. It's not a fashion parade, I can assure you. Death in cars is a dirty, messy, bloody, gory business.
I wrote this to the driver of the car that Alicia was killed in. We didn't know him, so I didn't get to speak to him or anything, and I just had to put this down on paper to get it out of my head, I guess. I'm not sure. But this is what I wrote to him. You didn't have to answer the knock on the door. You didn't have to hear the police say Alicia is dead. You didn't have to go to the morgue and identify her body under the sheet. You didn't have to see Alicia in the coffin. You didn't have to celebrate Christmas without her. You didn't have to get through the anniversary of her death. You didn't know her to miss her. You didn't have to drive so fast. All you had to do was drive safely. But you didn't. I wish he had driven safely and brought her home. That was all he had to do.
My name's George Greaves, and in 1995, at the age of 28, while I was working overseas, I received a phone call to tell me that my only brother, Craig, at the age of 24, had been killed in a car accident. And from that day forward, my life has never been the same. I just think, don't people understand what the results of speeding, what they are? They're death. It's dead. No coming back. It's not a computer game. There's no coming back from it. You can't say, well, I'll start again from the start. It doesn't happen. It's the end. And it's the end for a long time. So when you're speeding, think about the people that it affects. I don't want people to go through what I go through, the pain, the heartache, the misery that I feel every day of my life.
Ears are very useful, especially for helping you walk to work. They're useful for listening to your jogging music and for hearing what Tina got up to last night.
Keen really, but can tell you what, by the end of the
They're handy for picking up that so you get that vital status update. And they're useful for hearing me on the radio. But if you stay plugged in when crossing the road, your ears are useless. Distractions lead to disaster. Ears are very useful, especially for de-stressing as you walk home after a crap day at work. And for hearing what Paul thinks about that jerk in the corner office.
He's so far up himself, he'll have to be surgically...
Ears are very handy for catching the latest scores.
Unbelievable. What a game we've got on our hands.
And for hearing me on the radio. But if you stay plugged in as you run for the bus, your ears are useless. Distractions lead to disaster.
Yeah, I feel naked without my phone. There it is on the passenger seat. Look, but don't touch. Because I'm not like one of those people, you know, who are like blah, 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 blah on the phone as they're driving. I mean, if I'm stopped at the lights, I might click on a text or something. But no, otherwise, you know, oh, maybe just the odd glance.
If you're distracted for just 2 seconds at 50 kilometres an hour, you'll travel 27 metres blind. Distractions lead to disaster.
Yeah, I'm hopeless with directions, so I use the sat-nav a lot. Jeez, does she really have to record every street in Victoria?
Turn left.
Anyway, I always crank it up before setting off, and then I can just actually listen.
Recalculating.
Hang on a second.
If you're distracted for just 2 seconds at 50 kilometres an hour, you'll travel 27 metres blind. Distractions lead to disaster.
Luke, why are you driving so fast? You always
Come on. It's not like I'm gonna get booked for going a few k's over.
Kids pick up a lot more than you realise on the road.
You know, you're really scaring me. I'm not going that fast.
What kind of driver are you raising? Make every drive a good example.